Oh, hi everyone. Oh, I think 1 second here. I'm just gonna get myself on stream. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see here. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Hello. Let me know if you all can hear me. Hi. Okay, awesome. Yes. Hi. Okay. Hi, we'll get started pretty soon. Just gonna wait for everyone to come in. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, everyone can hear me. Oh, yes. I will change the slides link to go to the correct one. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'll change that. But yes, let me go ahead and get my everything pulled up here. All right, awesome. Okay, yes, let me do something like this. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're gonna get started with the intro to React really soon. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, and if you're all coming from that intro to Git workshop, also, I hope that went well. Also, yes, hello. All right, yeah, we'll get started in a couple minutes, but yeah, hope everyone's doing good. Oh, thank you. Yes, I feel like I put in so much effort for the graphics, but yeah, thank you. Yes, is this shared so we can follow along with the slides? Yeah, so actually I'll do that right now. I'll do that. I'm gonna make sure that everyone can see the slides and everything. That way we can all. Oh, okay. I think I'm still good. All right. Yeah, the check-in link and everything. Yes, check-in link is on way to send it, and also it's on Discord. Okay. All right, so if you check the new website now, it will show the updated slides, but I'll also share the website in a little bit. Okay, awesome. Yeah, we'll get started. Yes, the link is being sent. Yeah, we'll do this right here. Okay. Yeah, so thank you all so much for coming to the workshop. So first we'll get started with the things that I'm going to cover today. So we're going to start off with fundamentals of React, just like introducing JSX a little bit. And then also covering some differences from just React, HTML and React, and then just like regular HTML and CSS pages. And then also just like getting started with building something. So we'll do that as well. But yeah, this is basically the agenda. And then just a little bit more about me. So hi, I'm Ellie. I'm a junior student at the University of Illinois, and I'm majoring in information sciences. So yes, I also am on Discord. If you want to chat after the stream, I'm happy to also talk about anything that I kind of mention throughout like the next couple hours, or just like if anything of my background or something. But yes. And then are all the Global Hack Week scheduled to suit people living in EST time zone? Yes. So EST and also IST, there's stuff going on all the time. So yes. Yeah. And then as mentioned, if you can't make it to the stream, I do have a website that has all of the slides and some of the resources that I talk about too. So right now it currently has the slides, and then the YouTube video link for after will also be there. So if by any chance you have to go like midway through, but you still want to know like the content and what we talk about, it'll be at mlh-le.uu.ai. So yes, pretty good. Okay, and then I always love to cover some of the other related stuff that I like, because it's like intro to React. I want to talk about other things and other streams that you can also view throughout Global Hack Week. So as you can see, all of these times are also EST, PST, and then IST as well. So feel free to check them out and see if they can work for your time zone. But yes, so after the intro to React from today, tomorrow there's intro to HTML and CSS. So if you feel like maybe today is just a little bit too complicated to understand for some reason, if the HTML basics aren't down, definitely check this one out. There's also going to be your first website, HTML, CSS, with JavaScript as well. So also just like building your website there. And then also mobile app, getting started with JavaScript is going to be super helpful for also understanding React. Finding and using libraries I thought was super interesting. You might want to check that one out as well. And then on Sunday, there's Intro to React with Tailwind CSS. So if you don't know what that is yet, I'll cover it later on in the stream. But yes, so that's also very cool. Definitely check that out. Are you hosting any of these? So I'm not hosting any of the ones listed on here, but I am also, I will be hosting different design ones. So I'm hosting an intro to UI UX tomorrow. And then I'm also hosting design your first web app in Figma. So just doing design related stuff. If you're interested in that, there's the Global Hack Week website. But yeah, so if you're interested in design for any reason, definitely show up to those streams that I have going on. But React related and web dev related, everything's here. Yes, and then I believe I got a question. Is this React JS or native? It's just React JS. So yeah. All right, we'll move on. So yes, so in terms of today's I guess prerequisites, it's just a basic understanding of HTML and CSS. I'm going to be throwing some terms that are like for anyone who understands HTML and CSS will know what these are. If for some reason you don't, that is totally cool. As I mentioned, we do have an intro to HTML and CSS workshop coming up, and also definitely it's nice to like get exposed to some of these terms before, so you can definitely identify them later on when you're learning about them. But yeah, so just super simple. And then also having a Replit account. Oh, and then yes, the website link is actually right here as well, emily-ellie.uu.ai. So yeah, if you have a Replit account, you can basically, we're not going to set up like a environment today in VS Code or anything. So I just wanted to quickly get started with Replit, but I'll also talk about my environment setup later on as well. But yeah, looks like we're all good. And then yes, so let's first talk about the fundamentals of React. And then I'm going to actually get rid of the background music for now. But yes, so yeah, and then the slides were also dropped. That is a really long link, I'm sorry. But yeah, so okay, cool. So yes, all right, fundamentals of React. Let's get started. Yeah, so what is React? So React is for developers to have an easier time coding and make dynamic web apps much more easily. So when I first learned this, I was taught React is like a framework. So I also hear that it's like, or it's called two different things. Like it's either like a library or framework, however you see fit. But yeah, I personally, React is the first framework / library that I learned right after learning HTML and CSS. But you might recognize some other ones currently that are top to use in 2022 / 2023 now. But there's Svelte, Angular, and Vue as well. These are similar to React in the way that, you know, they have like the usage of JavaScript within HTML and such. So yeah, so all of these are very different. Why React? I think it's personally, this is the one I learned first, and it's also incredibly popular. I think it's like mostly used, and it's also used on creating a lot of some of the I guess like popular like websites that like social media sites and such. So yeah, I heard Svelte is very cool. Haven't tried it myself. I will for a hackathon upcoming, so I'm very excited to learn it. And then Vue and Angular I have touched briefly, but those are also very cool. And yeah, but we're learning React today, so I'm gonna teach you all a little bit more about what this sort of what React has. So yeah, and if for any reason you feel like some of these terms are like you don't like understand or get, please feel free to leave a comment. I will go ahead and explain that. So yes, so reusable components creates more modularity, and this is just like frameworks in general, right? So it's easier to code complex applications. They have reactive updates and faster re-rendering without needing to refresh the entire page. And then you still use HTML, and like it's the syntax is similar to build interfaces and adding dynamic features to it with JavaScript. So yeah, just a little bit. And then, oh, we have a question here. What are the advantages in React.js which are not in Angular? That's a really good question. So I haven't touched Angular that much to really, I guess, say much about like concrete differences or advantages. I think personally just React is like much more popular, and it's one that I know pretty well. I think definitely if anyone else has experience with both, they can probably touch on this in the comments, but I am most comfortable with React personally. So yes, so then we have what is called JSX. So JSX is the syntax extension of JavaScript. So usually in files, you'll see like, index.html. But when you're doing a React app, sometimes you'll see .jsx. So yes, so it allows for writing HTML together with JavaScript. You can embed expressions within JSX. And then the JSX tags can contain attributes and events, and we'll talk about what that means in a little bit. And then JSX expressions are also objects themselves. So you can use them in if statements and for loops. And you can also assign them to variables, which is super cool. So we're going to see how that works right now in case you've sort of never seen this before, or just sort of getting used to what this means. So we'll explain it a little bit. Yes, so HTML, as we mentioned, HTML elements can be objects. So you'll see here, like const name is assigned to just like a string, just Ellie from MLH. And then element also has an H1 like element that's an object pretty much. So you can use element that holds that H1 tag. So very cool stuff. You have children and parent functions, and then you also have you can use if statements. So this bottom this bottom function right here, the greeting user, that one is similar to a just a function that I wrote for a mobile app that I was working on. And it's definitely like, things that are needed for making web apps. So you'll see here, like, if there is like a user, then it's going to return that H1 tag. It's going to say, hello, Ellie. So that's an example there. And yeah, then we also have like just, you'll notice here, just like, regular HTML, like the button tag. And then you'll also notice here as well, we have user.avatar URL. And we'll talk a little bit more about like what that means and where this user dot is coming from. So yeah. Yes. And then, oh yes, we have an explanation here about why React and Angular are different if you want to check that out. Okay, thank you, by the way. Yes. So then, not only that, we also have, I wanted to talk about this example because it'll be something that we use for what we have going on today for like our light coding. But basically what I have here is a JSON of data, and that basically just holds like information. So this is called linked data. And what we have here is a title, a URL, a short URL, and an excerpt. So this just holds information, right? And then we also have a function here at the bottom that's called link. So you're able to understand, here we have like an A tag. It holds like the URL as A tags do. And then the header contains the short URL, and then that bottom div is holding the excerpt. So you'll see here that this is like styling like some sort of a page of some sort. So that is sort of how that works. So we're able to use in React, you're able to grab like, I guess, these objects and then use them as text for something like your web page, while also not having to do it like 3 times. So super helpful. And we're going to do something like this today, and I'll show you how to get started on that too. Yes. All right, let's talk a little bit about components. So what are components? And you'll hear this term when working with React and any other front-end framework. Components are reusable pieces of code. So they return a JSX object that defines how the component will be displayed on the screen. So it can receive properties and have its own state. And we'll talk about what that means right here. So you'll see here that this part in particular right now has 3 sections. And normally you'll see these in like 3 or 2 separate files, depending on how you lay out everything. So first we have just like an object user that holds first, last, age, and school. And those are just like the user properties, for example. So that's just information about me, something that you could possibly use for when you're working on a web app for yourself. We have props in the dashboard component. So props is another word you'll hear. Props is what is used for like what you use in your I guess like file for in like HTML, right? So you see here that we use user, which holds first to last age in school, and then it holds photos, which is also just probably others, some random object that's like not listed here. And then we have a nav bar. So you'll see here nav bar is our component as well. So we have function nav bar. This holds no props. It's just like a piece of code. So we have here like home, about, and contact. So then in the dashboard component, so this is something else as well. We'll see here now, we bring in that nav bar. So that way, let's say you have like 15 different pages on your web app. You don't want to be rewriting the same web app or nav bar code every single time. So everything in nav bar is just condensed down to that nav bar element that you put into like the dashboard page, for example, here. So then, and now it says, now in a header down here, we see it's hello user.first. So we're referencing user and then first, which is just Ellie. So this will say Ellie, hello Ellie. You have photos in your gallery. So then photos will probably be some type of like also either other component or just like image links. So yes. Okay, cool. Yes, so component properties. So yes, like I mentioned, props. So these are passed down from a parent component. They are immutable, so you're not able to change them once they're passed down. And then you can think of this like passing parameters to a function, right? So as we see here, just like in JavaScript, it's also there as well. Okay, and yeah, we'll see what this means here. So using HTML, defining your own props, and then the component within app. So you'll see here, again, another component is welcome, and then we have props. So this is when you're setting your own props. So not only can you use them from like the data, but you can set them yourself. So hello props.name. So we know that name is going to be a prop passed into welcome. So welcome and the name is going to be Sarah. And then we also have Ellie and we also have Jake. And then what will this look like? So then now we'll have a div that has these three names in the styling of whatever the component welcome has. So yes, if this seems like definitely, it's really hard to definitely understand if you're seeing this for the first time. So definitely don't like feel any type of discouragement if this is going super fast. I had a very hard time understanding components when I was learning this for the first time, like 2 or 3 years ago, and definitely it's okay. We'll move on to hooks. So hooks are very cool, and you'll get to see why in a bit. They're functions that let you hook into React state and lifecycle features from function components. So what does this mean, and why will we use this? So an example of a hook is the use state hook, and this is the pretty common one, and definitely like I think it's like the easiest one to understand. I think understanding use state is going to help you understand the other hooks as well. Oh, I don't know JavaScript and I'm not getting anything. Should I continue watch? Yeah, so I think continue watching. I we'll cover a little bit of some things as well now. And if there's any questions about what certain things mean, also please feel free to comment that. But yeah, you can. There's going to be also a stream for like getting started with JavaScript. That's also going to help later on. If you'd like to also watch that later on in this week and then come back to this, definitely go for it. I'd say whatever you think is going to be more helpful for you. Okay. Yes, so the useState hook, you call this inside a function component, and then you add some local state to it. And I'll also talk about what this means in a little bit. But React will preserve the state between re-renders. So useState returns a pair, so it's going to be the current state value and a function that lets you update it. So how does this look like? So creating a counter with useState, for example. So here we're importing React and then useState from React. So you're always, these import functions are important for when you're making a React app. So for example, in this function, you have count and set count is going to be equal to useState. So this is an array containing these two values. UseState is set to 0, and 0 is the default. So for example, if we're making a counter, we're going to start at 0 because it has no clicks yet until you click it. Right? So you declare a new state variable, and we're going to call this count. So in our HTML right here, we have a div, and then count is going to give the number, it's going to show how many times you've clicked on it. So you've clicked count times. So far, nothing has been clicked. So it's just, but this number is going to change. So that's why we need this to be dynamic and a variable, because it's going to change with re-render. And then we have a button now. It has on click, and this is a JavaScript thing as well. But basically, the JavaScript detects when you click. So it's going to have set count, which is this the function that we made here, this variable. And then it's going to say count plus 1. So it's going to say the previous count and then add it to it every time it re-renders. So yeah, it's a little, might be a little slightly complicated to understand, but every time you click it, the count is now set to 2. So then every time when you click it again, it's going to be 2 plus 1, so 3. And then again. So now it's going to start again from the beginning every time you click on the button. And that's why the counter is going to go up. And then in the paragraph tag, you'll see how many times you clicked that. So you've clicked count amount of times. So yeah, just an example of useState and how you might use this for making something like that. And this is used like you can think of this as also for likes on an Instagram post, right? So every time you like a picture, that count goes up. And it's similar to how this is formatted. Yeah, and there's not only useState, there's many more, like I mentioned. Understanding useState is going to help you understand useEffect, useMemo, useReducer, useContext, and even the ones that you create yourself. So yeah, there's a lot more, but definitely I'm not going to go over them in the stream. I think useState is definitely the most important one, and understanding that fundamentally is going to help all of these, because again, as I mentioned when I was learning, I think useState really never really clicked for me. And then once it did, I was able to understand everything else, which naturally. So yeah, just as I think a guide for when you're learning React on your own. Yeah, so then we'll talk about a little bit of some of the differences in terms of HTML syntax and JSX. So in HTML, almost all the tags have an opening and an ending. So except the break tag, for example. The break tag is just BR/ and then the greater than sign. In JSX, any element can be written as a self-closing tag. So you'll see here the image tag, it just closes on its own, for example. So that's just something syntactically to keep in mind when you're writing JSX code. And then camel case is also important, just because I think for attributes, IDs, classes and event references. HTML attributes and event references in JSX become camel case. So on click becomes like on click with capital C. On change becomes the same on change, but with the capital C as well. And this is also the same as when you're writing HTML code, if you want to like add a class, for example, for like CSS purposes, class is then in JSX called class name. And we'll see an example of that too. But it's also just a bit more of like, it's HTML, but just like slightly different. Yeah, and then here also another important, I think, thing to keep in mind is in HTML, multiple elements can be returned. So we have an unordered list here, and then in this list we have an ordered list, and then also just like different list items. So multiple of these can be returned, but in JSX, it must return only one element, and then we call this the parent element that wraps all other levels of nested elements. So you can have like the main thing just has to be one element, and then you can put everything inside it. And we'll see sort of how that looks like as well, and how we can go around about this. Yeah, so then, of course, like this is just an overview. I think I covered a lot of some of the main differences with like if you have an understanding of HTML and CSS, just some other additional things with React. But of course, everything is like a self-taught pace for yourself. So here are some resources that I really like for learning React. So Free Code Camp is just also like if you understand JavaScript and you know HTML and CSS pretty well, doing a full stack web app, and also learning state management, and then using different tech stacks. I think Free Code Camp offers like the resources for that, and I think you'll be able to learn pretty well. We also have React docs. So there currently is a beta version out right now. I think the regular website has all the information, but the beta version has a lot of good stuff right now. And it's pretty good. I think I really like I guess the way it's explained differently than like just the regular docs. So definitely everything React is going to be obviously on this page. So you get started with the fundamentals also on your own pace, and this even also applies to like if you have like limited JavaScript, because that's definitely also what I had when I was learning React as well, which again is also just something I think for personal. And then of course YouTube. So anything you want to learn, like how do I make like sort of like this thing, like a timer. I recently made like a link shortener for a club at my school, and I was like, how do I make this? I don't know. And then I just went on YouTube. So it's very cool. YouTube is definitely the way to go. And I think if there's also a lot of React tutorials on there, under like 20, 40-minute videos on like use state itself and different examples so you can get used to it. So if anything that I didn't cover here is going to be super in-depth on YouTube. And it's just one of my favorite resources, even though it's, I guess, probably self-explanatory, but it'll never be like an example that someone's showing you, I think, with any other things. And then really quick, I'm going to cover UI and CSS libraries that I really like. So for those of you who are kind of sort of now starting to understand or know about React or know what it is, know about frameworks, libraries. So what a UI library is, it's basically it's also a library that has different components and packages that you can use to that already have styling in it. So that way you code even faster. And it's pretty cool. So Semantic UI is a place where I think this is the first UI library that I learned. And it just holds components let me go ahead and show you exactly what I mean. So semanticui.com. So it's basically you have here like these like different like circle images that you can add to your site. Buttons I think are like a great example. So these like sort of like the styling here for some of these, the different colors, you can all get this through a UI library. So just different, more complex components, stuff with spinners, stuff like that. So it's all very cool. And it can get more complicated than this. I think stuff like placeholders, right? So a place where you can simulate loading. So like, oh, this is loading, for example. When the page is loading, how do you want that to show? So obviously you don't like a blank screen. This is an example of how you would do that, right? I think also let's do like headers. Just like stuff like this, right? So with like the circle, the icon, this is like a UI, what a UI library has pretty much. So I really like using them because again, they make it super easy to add in the stuff that you are envisioning. And then Bootstrap. Bootstrap is basically similar in the sense that it also hosts components, but the way that you use all UI libraries are different in the sense that they're different in the way you use them, and then also, of course, they're different in like the components that they offer. So you might like one over the other. And there's a lot more than this. It's just these are like some of the ones that I've previously used. And then Tailwind CSS is actually a CSS framework that I started learning, I think, like 2 or 3 months ago for making my own personal site. And I've absolutely fell in love with it. I think it's super intuitive and it changes the way that you use CSS. And Tailwind actually isn't necessarily just strictly to React. So my personal portfolio site is built with Tailwind CSS on just like HTML files, like regular HTML. And I really like it. And it's been a really great experience so far in terms of like making styling just a whole much easier. So if you want to check these out, they're here also as well for you to take a look at. And yes, I also want to cover quickly that coding in React is also possible in like a dev environment. So using GitHub, using VS Code, Node, and then Yarn is what I personally use to set up React. Just like, and then like, you know, like publishing something or whatever. So I actually have a repository called Global Hack Week Hack with React that from a previous stream. And in that previous intro to React, I cover a lot of the things that I did now, but I also cover how to actually set up your dev environment. And then this repo also helps you as well. So the link for that is in mlh-le.u.ai. So, there, so you can see the link, but yeah, so that's basically like an example of that. And if you want to check out this repo, definitely go for it. It has information how to set it up on just like VS Code. So yeah, let's get started with making something. I am pretty excited. What we're going to do now is I want to show you all how to make just like get data from JSON, put it into from like a component, using a component. We're going to make one, and then we're going to get data from like our data file, bring that into our component, and then show that. And then if we have multiple, then we're going to also show that on our page. So basically, it's just, I'm going to teach you how to make a component. I'm going to teach you how to get create like a JSON of data and then show that in your component on your website. So yeah, so this is probably going to be like half an hour. around there. I guess just however long it takes. But yeah, the information part of everything has ended. So if that's sort of what you wanted to see, you're all good here. Of course, once the stream is over, you're going to be able to rewatch it on YouTube or however you'd like. But yeah, I'm going to take a quick break to just get some water. But yeah, if you want to get started super quick, it's just set up your Replit account, and then I'll show you how to start from like the React template, and then therefore we're gonna start on making something. So yes, okay, yeah, and then I'll be back also if you wanna like answer any questions. But yes, so right now it's just create your Replit account if you want to follow along, or if you've done this also with on like a dev environment, then also just set up React somewhere, whichever works for you. Okay, hi everyone, I'm back. Yes, so currently right now, I have Replit pulled up. But yes, so yeah, just seeing the chat here. Yeah, if you are new to React, this is the stream for you. I'm just gonna cover a little bit about how you know how to write like HTML through JSX. So yeah, and as a user mentioned, it is just writing HTML in React. So we're gonna cover that. I have some lemonade with me, and then it's actually a really super cool mug from Twilio. It just says Twilio Quest that I got at HackCon, I think, but it's really nice. But yeah, okay, we'll get started. So what you want to do is create a template, and then we're gonna actually look for the React template. So it's just gonna be React JavaScript. And you'll see here there's one React Bootstrap, so that's again using that UI library there. And then there's a whole other bunch too. And then also React TypeScript. But we're just gonna use React JavaScript for now. We're gonna keep the silly name, and yeah. So it's getting started, and yours might as well. So here we have a console, and then we have some stuff already. So this already we have some CSS, some actual like HTML in here, and then this is just index.js. We're not going to touch this, but we will have this app.jsx right here that's going to help us get everything. And you'll see here again, the .jsx is, these are the file names for all of them. Oh, how to start Replit again? Yes, so it's just going to replit.com, and you're going to just create, and it's just React JavaScript. This one right here. Okay. So now we want to see, I want to show you all kind of sort of what this looks like just like on a website, right? I think I've been showing you all code, but nothing that actually shows what we're making or what this template looks like. So in the console, I'm just going to write npm install. Okay, and then that'll just go through. And then we have now npm run dev. And that's going to start the website. So you'll see here now what we have is the web view version. I'm just going to put the console down here. We don't really need that for now. Now it has React, Vite, and Replit, which is exactly what you see on the website. Cool. So now, like I said, we're going to start setting up everything else. So you'll see here in source, this is like just our JSX files. In this source folder, we're going to add another folder called components. Okay. And then I also want to have another folder that's data, because it's going to hold our JavaScript file containing data. So add another folder. We're going to call this data. Okay. And then now in data, let's get the data that we want to do. What was after npm install? Yes, so npm run dev. Right here. Okay, so yes, so we're gonna add of course. In data, we're gonna add a file now, and then I'm just gonna call this data.js. Cool, and then you'll see this is empty. So now we're going to add in our data, and let me show you exactly what the format is going to be. So how I am laying this out is I'm going to put right here on top, export default. And this is just so that we're able to use this everywhere else on our app. We do some curly braces, and then I want to hold some links in here. You can create whatever data you'd like. This is just what I'm doing. So name, I want to have a name here, and that's just going to be my name, and I'm going to put this in a string. So using a colon. Also, I think I can. Awesome. That is bigger also for stream. Okay, cool. And then I'm comma here. Let's see, I'm gonna put my age. I want this in a string. And then I'm also just gonna maybe do my like Discord. So so that's there. We're all good. Oh, and this also has to also be in curly braces. Okay, awesome. So yeah. So now that I have, this is how like your data should be laid out. Let's say you want another, it's not just Ellie, right? Let's say it's someone else. So name, maybe we also have MLH in here. Age, 2013, 10 years, I think. I might just been around for 10 years ish. Okay. Discord. Let's just do a random one. Yes, so it's like creating objects. Yeah, exactly. But in here, like usually, like if you have, this is an example of like, let's say we have just a bunch of data that we want to show, and we don't want to create like specific components for this. Another example that you could do, like instead of doing this, is just creating your own props for it. But this is easier because if you have like 100 of like these type of objects, for example, then like it's like not feasible to do that 100 times. So this is why I think I wanted to show this example. Your mechanical keyboard rocks. Thank you. I'm actually building one in 2 days. It's just my friend has the other stuff, the keycaps for it. But definitely, I'll maybe drop a picture of it in like random or something on the MLH Discord for y'all to see. I'm so hyped. It's I'll show a comparison also of like my old one and then the new one I'm building. I love building mechanical keyboards. Okay, so yeah, so we have like these two. I think I want to add one more. So again, just curly braces. Let's do this again. And just like a random name again. Josh. Josh is 19. And their Discord is Josh. Hi. Josh. Oh, okay, so we have 3 in here now that we're good with. And also Replit does automatic save, so we're chill. Okay, cool. Now that we have that, I think I want to build a component now. So let's do that. Let me zoom out one more. Let me know if that's still readable, if we're good. I'm going to go now to components here. We're going to add in a file called, this is the name of your component now. And an important thing to note here is that you want your component names always to be capitals, because you'll notice in like our app.jsx in our main file, what detects that it's a component is just that it's like a capital, so it's distinguishable from other stuff. So yeah, otherwise it actually won't work. So very important that it's capitals. And then this is a JSX file. So I'm calling this text component. Actually, sorry. Text card. Okay, I'm calling this text card. Just so it's easier to talk about. Hi, yes. Did you miss something? Not much. We're starting on creating something in React, but feel free to just chill out here. After the stream, the YouTube video will save, so you'll be able to rewatch it if you'd like to do that. Oh, hello! Yes, you can tell 404 I said hello back. They are probably sleeping right now. Okay, so yes, in our text card now, what we want to do here is, so previously we were working with just regular JavaScript. Does it matter if the file extension is .js or .jsx? I don't think it matters. I think you're good. It automatically does it here that it's like JSX. But yeah, it doesn't matter actually. So .jsx is just like the React thing, but yes. Okay, so there actually might be some like difference, but nothing that'll like make your app break. But that's a good question actually. Oh yeah, so we're gonna import React because now this is, we're using React here. So we have that there. And then now I also want to import my CSS because we're going to be styling this and we need it to like some styling. So app.css. Okay. Yes. Oh, it just says that it's like not used. Okay, that's cool because we will use it right now. So again, similar, we're going to do export default function this time with the name of my same name as the file or just like your component, right? So text card. Usually I like to name the component the same name as the component file, just so it's like easier to reference and such. If you have different names and then different file names, and it's like how like, and if you have like a like 50 plus components, it's like how are you gonna be able to change something if you want to go back to it if it's like the different name, right? So usually we like to keep them the same name. And then this is going to be parentheses and then curly braces. So then in here, this is, I'm going to reference now the different JSON objects that we made previously. So we have name, age, and Discord. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So now I have there. And then now we're going to do we're going to return here. Now this is going to be our HTML. So what I like to do here is, as I mentioned in the slides, everything is based off of like a parent component. So I personally want to do, what you can do is like just an empty tag like this. And then this is like our parent that holds everything else inside. So you're able to have multiple like HTML elements stacked on top of each other instead of having everything under a parent one. Okay, cool. So this is going to be our card styling. So I want this to have, let's do, I think I do want to make this a div. So for my purposes here, I think if this was like a regular page, everything could just be like inside just like the no element tag. But for this one here, I think I'm just gonna do just like a regular div, and then I'm gonna style the div. Okay, and then for this is gonna be class name is card container. Okay. Okay, cool. cool. So yes, now I have a card container in here, and then now I want to have it so that I can do a header here, and then in the header, I want this to be my name, but let me also give this a class, the main text, and then okay. This is gonna just be the hi, it's, and then I want to include name here. Cool. And then the thing is, we're not hard coding what we call hard coding like Ellie or MLH or Josh. It's gonna be whatever is from the data. So this is why we're using what's called the curly brace notation for this. Okay, so let's keep this here. And then now I want to do like my H. So we can do this in a H4. I am age years old. And then this is also going to be subheading. Or I'm going to name these two card sub card main text card subtext. That way it's easier in my CSS file to know exactly what I'm talking about. And I have a tendency to like not do this, so just wanting to show, I guess, like the best examples I can for something like stream. Can you show your code? Does this code work properly? Yeah, so I'm actually currently I want to build this out before we like see this laid out. And yes, in a bit I will show exactly how this is going to show like on a here, for example. So okay, header 4, and then I want to do, we'll just do a paragraph tag, and here I'm gonna put in message my Discord, message me on Discord, and then this is gonna be Discord. Hard body text. Head text. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So now this is a just simple card with some styling that we're gonna add. So right now, let me go ahead and see if I'm gonna add some basic styling just so we know like what we're working with. I also want, let's do can you please give me a peek to the data file? Yeah, for sure. So data filled with 3 JSON objects. So it just has name, age, Discord for all these. Okay. Yeah, and then let me know if you need me to go back on that. Yes. Okay. Text card component looks good. Okay. So now I think our component is pretty much done. We are all good. So let me go ahead and style this a little bit. I want to just at least add some type of like background to our card. Oh, let me do like background color here. Okay, I think I just want, oh yeah, so you'll see here this now changed everything, but okay. going back to here. So this is card dash container. And I want some margins. Let's do like 10 pixels. Like forgetting basic. I think, yeah, it's like 10 pixels. And then background is going to be also, I want a, oh yeah, Replit has like the color picker thing. You can add in, you can choose what colors you like. So, oh, that actually doesn't show up. Huh, interesting. Sorry. It doesn't show up on stream, but there's like a color picker wheel that I just did that with. Okay, cool. So now we have this. Let's see if now I want to go back to app.jsx for a second. So you'll see that's what we have currently. That is showing obviously like the everything semicolon missing in line 8. Oops. That's what it is. Yeah, sorry. Okay, cool. I was like, okay, that's gonna work now. Yeah, app.jsx right now, we're importing our CSS. Cool. I want to also now, we're gonna import our text component. So the sorry, it's like auto re-rendering. The text component that we just made. So we're gonna call it text card from, and then now the path of it. Card, and then Replit does like an amazing job of just kind of sort of going through the folders there. Okay, and then we also want to bring in our data because we want to use that, of course, for our file, our card, our page. So import, I'm going to call this just like info data from the data folder and the file called data.js. And then text card, oops, that's also going to be text card.jsx. Okay, awesome. And right now it's like showing these errors because we're not using them. So we will in a second. Okay, cool. So now, yes, so we have our app and everything. We're returning this. So in here now, what I want to do is I'm going to remove that. So we're going to have those right here. And now what I want to do is let's have like just a title in here. I want to show you something. Hello. Oh, I think it's because of this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got rid of our return statement. Okay. This should now work. Okay. Cool. Okay, awesome. Yes. So now that says, hey, All right, and then now I want to now see if we can bring in our card. And we're going to do this with also a specific JavaScript function called the map function. So I'll show you how that works too. And we can also see like our cards. So in here, I want to do, that's so annoying, sorry. I think I could, that's probably a setting, right? That's okay. Let's do now, I'm gonna put this in the div. And is there a reason why I'm doing this? I think it's just because what I want to do here is I want to have a div that's just going to hold cards. And then if I want to, for example, have a div that holds like the footer, or okay, that's a bad example. If I want to have a div that shows photos, that's also like another section, and I can arrange them how I want inside this inside this div. So I'm doing a div for the cards, and I'm doing a div for the like photos as an example. So it's the reason why I'm putting everything in a div. And then now I want to do, let me give this a class name. It's going to be cards container. And why am I doing this? So now I'm gonna use Flex and CSS to arrange them in a column instead of like row, since that's the usual default. So just as an example. Okay, so now let's use the map function here in JavaScript. So if you're unfamiliar, I'm gonna explain it to you now. So we're gonna put this in curly braces. Oh, don't do that. Okay. Curly braces. What did we call this? So we call this info data. So we're gonna do this dot links, because we call them links, yes. And then map. Okay. And then also, yeah, if you notice there, like there's an example of kind of what that means. And then now in here, what I want to do, let me see. So we need like some sort of key for this. So the key that I'm going to use is just what I'm going to call segment. And then we're going to use the like arrow, JavaScript arrow function syntax. Just looks like that. It's just like arrowing out. And then I want this to hold in here now our text card component. Okay. And then I'm going to do enter here. I'm not going to close it yet. And I'm going to put key because the map function needs the key, right? And the key is basically just like, where are you like, get it? Like where's like the position? Where do we start with? So I'm going to do segment dot, we have name. We have the name that is just going to be also segment dot name. We have doesn't the arrow need to be inside the parentheses? Yes, you're right. There is one outside. Yes, there are, yeah, in there. Yes. Okay, cool. And then after name, I think, sorry, I'm just forgetting this. Name, age, and Discordia. So going back here, age is going to be segment.age. Oh, this is spelled wrong. Oops. Okay. Segment.age, and then now the Discord. So Discord is just going to be segment.discord. Awesome here. And now I'm going to close this. Ooh. Okay, cool. We see something now. So we have our cards now. Well, they are really ugly, but we have cards. And this now is you'll see here what does this show us, right? So we have, hey, it's Ellie, the age of everyone, and then now everyone's Discord. And did we have to do that one by one? No. And this is like honest. This is just the coolest part. Is you can see like everything, just this like little piece of JavaScript like shows literally everything. So yeah, now what comes after now is just styling, is just making the, you know, cards look cool and all that. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of it. But happy to explain like anything else, anything you have questions on. This is just an example of making some cards. I will go ahead and something else that you can do here. Just like as an example, I won't do this now, but in the data here, you can add in like picture URL, for example. And let's say this holds like some like random, here I can, okay, maybe I'll show this. I'll show this. How you can use let's do like how you can basically grab in just like pictures from the internet and then put them in here as well to show in like a image element. Okay, so it has picture URL in here now, and let me do this for all of them so you can get an example of how this will map out as well. And yeah, just that JavaScript function, the map JavaScript function, that lets you like do what we just did now, for example. It's very cool. It's super useful. Okay, cool. Now we have that. Text card. Yes, so then in here, what you'll do is image React. And then yes, so now the source for this is going to be the picture URL. And we also have to make sure to not forget to add this in here, because it's not gonna know that you have it in there. And let me just, yep, so I think it's all lowercase p, okay. And then I'm gonna go back to app.jsx and make sure to, this is also defined in here, so. Not that, that is really wrong. Sorry, 7 dot. Okay, cool. And that's huge. So it's there for all of them, but it's really big. So let's go in here now. What did I? The component, class names image dash react. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, awesome. That is, okay, no, that's really small. Right, you'll see here now that this picture has rendered for every single one of the cards as well. And it's now inside the card because we put it inside the text card component. And obviously, like, what if this were to be like something for, let's say, like you're making cards for like all of your friends. So okay, like these are all my friends on these cards. They are all gonna have like a different link to obviously like their picture. So they're each gonna be different for each person. This example just shows like the React for just a single one. But yeah, so for like the next like 20 minutes maybe I'm gonna style these cards. And if you would like to stick around and see me style some of these, definitely stick around. I'm gonna put like some music in the background. And then just like if you want to do like a little code along with me, that's cool. Otherwise, thank you all so much for sticking around. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know, and we can cover some things. Or message me on Discord. I'm just Ellie from MLH. I'm literally always online. It's like really bad. So you'll see me usually like at the top in the MLHers. And yeah, so thank you all so much once again for stopping by. And I will still be staying a little bit longer for the code along and other questions. So yes, can you review how you added the images? Yes. I first added this is like I just did a right click copy link address on the React logo on Google. So that's how I got like this like link, for example, and how it like gets the picture. So I put those for like all three of them. And then what I did is I went to the text card. I made sure that this is also like a object, a parameter. And then I used like just a regular image like element. And then instead of an actual link, how you would usually do it, I just put picture URL, which is a string. So yes, so that goes in there. And then back to app.jsx, I made sure that this also showed in our like map function. So that's how I added that picture. And then that's how it got to show up on all of this. So let me go ahead and show you this here. Yes. And yeah, well, let me go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let's see if we can change this font. This font is kind of ugly. No offense. Well, it's like just the regular one, right? Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, let's do what I like to do is one of my favorite things to do is go to Google Fonts and choose one. So one of my favorite ones right now is, oh, it's not at the top anymore. But, oh, I like this one. We'll use this one. Okay. Cool. Oh, not download. Oh, here. Yeah, let's just use like the regular 400. And, oh, awesome. Just the textcard.js export. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad you got it. Yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep styling mine. That's pretty much like the whole like HTML React part of it. Everything else is just CSS, but I'm just I personally am like really, I just really like styling. And it's not for everyone, obviously. And I think if you're here is because, you know, you're either a beginner, you don't I guess, you know, there's a lot of things that like I just knew from the beginning I didn't really like backend. It's a little like it's just I'd rather change the color on things. No, I actually really like the front end is difficult itself as well. So definitely either one is not easy. But I think I make the most of what I currently like for something like when I'm coding or doing web dev. But yeah, no, if you are still like just getting into like coding and such, it's if you like continue doing it for a really long time, obviously you'll see that there's just like there's a lot of things that are not just like actually coding, right? It's about when you're like in industry, what does it mean to like actually like work on like a website and stuff, everything like that. It's just there's always so much that you can do with that. This was card head text. Okay. Head. No. It like makes me feel like I'm like just doing stuff wrong. Oh wait. Ooh. Please. Okay. Let's do me saying size. Okay. What is this? Width. Text. I think it is text size. Oh, font size? Font? What? I think just like being on stream makes me nervous, and then I get very forget everything I've ever done ever. Okay, let's do. I'm looking through my own website. We have. Yeah, it is. No, wait. Let's do. Yeah, it is fontage size. I'm just breaking. Okay, cool. Okay. Roper's trying to tell me it's wrong. But I'm wrong. Oh. Yeah, okay. Awesome. 30 pixels. That's better. I want to now change the actual like card container. So let's do. Right. Okay. Oh, got rid of that. Actually, it could be bigger. Let's do like 200. Yeah, okay, cool. I also want them, let's make them look like actual cards. So, order radius. I feel like I'd never have to memorize these because VS Code always just like auto completes them, and if not, like GitHub Copilot. So it's like at the top of my head, I don't think that's gonna be huge. At the top of my head, I don't think I can just like know them all. Okay, awesome. Cool. Wait, am I doing this? Ooh, okay. So, yes, this is just the div itself, but I want to make this so that the parent div has flexbox so that we can do it in a row. Yeah. That's what I want to do. All right, let's go back to app.jsx. Cards. Oh, that's called card container. What is this called? Cards. Card container, bruh. Bruh, why would I do that? Okay. Cards. That's really bad. Don't do that. Oh, why did that just mess up? Okay. We're gonna do display. Actually, I think I know this one by heart. I love me when I center dips. I love centering. Oh, no, we're not centering. We're, sorry, it's like a habit. Oh, typo. Display flex and then flex direction. Is row. Oh, me when that didn't work. Huh. Okay. I think. Sorry, me referencing back to old code. Yeah, so it is flex row. Okay. All right, I think I'm just, this is, okay. What does this say here? Ooh, these errors. All right, awesome. All right, well, I can at least do like justify. Okay, is everything just like not working right now? All right, that's cool. That's wonderful. Awesome. Okay. I think I can. Oh, let me go ahead and do the font families for all of them, and then add more margin. I think what I want to do as well. Oh, is currently have everything in the card container, but I don't. The card container is just like the pink, but I have another one that is holding all of my information together. And then in here, I can maybe center this instead. Card content. Then we can do dot card content. Let me do yeah, okay. So now I like did something. Display flex. Oh no. Flex direction. Yeah, this like autofill is really bad. Flex direction is then now column. Yeah, okay, that's back. But I think now then like this isn't working. Why? All right, and then let me get rid of this margin. Oh, okay, we need that. Margin. Like bottom. 10 px. Okay. All right, so everything inside the card container. Card container. And then now what I want to do is, let's see, it says the cards container. Did I maybe like spell it wrong? Should work. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm understanding right. No. All right. So. All right. We could do now. Okay. Right. All right. All right. So I think I just spelled it wrong last time. It's made me question myself. So let's do like margin now npx. You can share Ripple in the end, it would be helpful. Yeah, of course. I'll also put that in my, like, in the resources on my site, MLH-Ellie. I'll put that there too. Okay, cool. Margin 10px. But I want margin on the right. That's gap. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Cool, yeah, that distinguishes the gap, of course. Okay, now, why did I make card content? I made card content. Yes, yes. So I can do. I could. Center. I think it's self-align. Align self? Bruh. Wonderful. Self. It's from like self-align thing. Okay, old code. Oh, that's so bad. Align middle. Maybe? Okay, no. Right, okay. That's fine. Okay, regardless, I think I want to do margin left. Let's do like 5 pixels there. Yes, and then now I don't have to put it for every single one. It's already in a container that moves everything. But it's not the card itself. Oh, so the card also, that is just card container. I think let's do some padding inside here. want to do padding bottom. And what this does is this is like inside of the actual card itself. So that way you'll see here now, this isn't touching how it was before. Also, what is this? What's this like light gray background? Do you all see that? But I don't think it's this. Oh, it was. Interesting. Oh, I think maybe just body. Ooh. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Okay. Why is there just a hay? Oh, I put that there. Right. Let's do light purple. Oh. All right. And then, oh, we can make the cards just white. Oh, no. Oh, can I not just like get true white? Oh, is it white? Am I just... Gosh. Like a light purple then? Okay. That's cool too. I think, you know what, I think I'm just gonna want all of them to be this, so I'm also gonna keep this, I think, in body. Oh. Yeah, so that changed it all at the same time because I don't need to specify, or like for this project now, it's just like having me there. Okay, cool. So swag. Oh, I think let's see like the full screen of that. Cool. It's like left aligned, unfortunately, but yeah, cool. We can even have a button too. I did a button last time, so I kind of wanted to show something like this. Yeah, cool. Yeah, this is I think I'm gonna end it here. This is, yes, the final like styling. Oh, I can do. Let me go back and not just do hay. Yeah, okay. Welcome to Computer React. Let me add an emoji. If it's gonna let me. Yay! Oh, thank you. I'm glad it looks cool. I think it's not supposed to be like the cutest thing ever, but I hope that we were able to, I think, learn a little bit about like what React does, how it's like different than just like regular HTML CSS, and how it's a lot more powerful, I think, in my opinion, because you have just a lot more things that you can do with it. Let me do, I feel like you could just never end with CSS. Let me do like line spacing for card head text, yeah. Actually, no. Small avatar of user in the card. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted this like bottom picture or like this React thing to be, because it's like at the bottom, right? But we could do What is this? Like line spacing? Okay, sorry. Let's do line height. Ooh, okay. Yeah, awesome. That looks a lot better. Like, is it align itself middle? Oh, oops. Okay. All right. Okay. I like forget. I have like no idea. Oh, is it not gonna? All right. Well, I won't worry about the lighting part, but I think oh, I can like I feel like okay about it. Or I want to do right here. I think I could just change the H1 just by itself here. Oh, can I just say white? Actually, yeah. Left. Okay, that moved. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll leave it here so it's not gonna like look ugly and disgusting. But yes, I'll share the Replit on my site. I'll share the slides and also the stream on the site. But yeah, thank you all so much for entertaining me on like just silly little like site that I'm working on, and hopefully it was like fun to learn a little bit about React. If you're still a beginner, again, I was just a beginner like 2 years ago. Like it's literally just something that I found like really exciting. Yeah, I'm glad you did, and I hope you continue like I guess learning about it, and also practicing it, creating like just your own like web app. I remember all the hackathon projects I did after I learned React were all using React. So got to learn about it, and I hope that you do too. And I hope Global Hack Week was a great start for everyone, and that you all continue to like working on it, and hopefully there are some fun workshops. I'm super interested for cybersecurity concepts, and I think like mobile dev and DevOps. DevOps is so exciting. I'm really excited for that. So I'm gonna watch those for sure. And I'm doing building your own web app with Figma, and or like designing it, and then just intro to UI UX. So if you're interested in any of those, please check out my other 2 streams coming up later this week. Very excited to do those, just because design is definitely more of like my comfort zone, and I feel a lot more comfortable or like safe explaining it. But definitely React is also something I really like. So I was also planning to move React, but the session gave me a start in some other way. Yeah, I'm glad. And I hope that did for all of you as well. Did you learn React through university? No, actually. So through university, I learned Java and C++. React was actually just through just like a club at my university where you just build web apps for nonprofit organizations. So that's where I learned, and it was I was like 18 when I learned, and now 20. So yeah, been 2 years. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you want to connect with me afterwards, feel free. I'll be like on Discord and stuff. And yeah, I hope you all had a good time, and thank you for watching.